In the early hours of a quiet spring morning in 2025, something invisible cut through the skies above Iran. An aircraft older than many of the pilots flying it. A machine the world thought was fading into history. Returned to redefine modern warfare. Months later, President Donald Trump made an announcement that stunned Pentagon insiders. The United States will buy more B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, a program once considered dead. On November 27, 2025, during an address to U.S. military personnel, Trump declared that the B-2's decisive performance in strikes on Iranian nuclear sites proved its irreplaceable value. He said the U.S. would acquire a lot more B-2 Spirits, reversing a two-decade plan to retire the fleet. This decision signals not just a procurement shift, but a major recalibration of America's global strike strategy. In early 2025, Iran accelerated the fortification of its nuclear sites at Natanz and Fordow. U.S. intelligence concluded that only one aircraft could reach these facilities without triggering a defensive response. And so, the B-2 Spirit, the aircraft built to slip through the world's deadliest air defenses, was called upon. Defense officials later confirmed. Not a single Iranian radar picked up the incoming stealth bombers. The B-2s executed pinpoint strikes with massive ordnance penetrators, 30,000-pound bunker buster weapons, before silently returning to base. The B-2 Spirit is often called the world's most dangerous aircraft, a flying wing coated in composite materials designed to swallow radar waves. It measures 52.4 meters across, carries 18,000 kilograms of weapons, and can fly over 11,000 kilometers without refueling. With its minimal radar cross-section, infrared suppression, and electronic masking capabilities, the B-2 is virtually invisible. Only 21 were ever built. 2 were lost in accidents. Today, just 19 remain, all operated from Whiteman Air Force Base by the 509th and 131st Bomb Wings. This tiny fleet forms one of the most feared strike forces on Earth. For years, the Pentagon planned to transition entirely to the new B-21 Raider, a cheaper, more maintainable stealth bomber. Deliveries were expected in 2027. But delays began piling up. Supply chains for advanced stealth materials tightened. Testing setbacks slowed production. And then the Iran mission happened. The old Spirit proved something the Pentagon hadn't expected. It could still defeat modern Russian, Chinese, and Iranian air defenses with ease. The planned retirement suddenly looked premature. In November 2025, Trump declared that his administration approved plans to buy more B-2s. No president had suggested this in over 20 years. Supporters argue that the B-2's combat record proves its unique value. Critics warn it could cost billions and disrupt B-21 timelines. But one thing is clear. The United States wants more deep strike stealth capability now. Restarting B-2 production is not as simple as flipping a switch. The original production line closed in the late 1990s. Many specialized suppliers no longer exist. Stealth coatings, avionics modules, composite structures all require totally new tooling. Experts say the U.S. has two choices. Remanufacture stored airframes, if any remain intact. Start a limited new production, borrowing technologies from the B-21 program. Both options would cost enormous sums, but Pentagon officials say the strategic payoff could justify it. The modern battlefield is dominated by anti-access/area denial systems, Russia's S-500s, China's HQ-19s, and layered radar networks. Most aircraft can't survive in these environments. But the B-2's ability to strike anywhere, without forward bases, without permission, and without detection, makes it irreplaceable. It's not just a bomber. It's a geopolitical message. A message that American power can reach any point on the planet quietly. 3 decades after it first entered service, the B-2 Spirit is no longer a legacy aircraft waiting for replacement. It has returned to center stage, revived by battlefield success, strategic necessity, and political will. Whether the U.S. builds new airframes or expands the fleet through reactivation, one thing is changed. The Spirit is no longer a relic of the Cold War. It is once again a frontline weapon, a symbol of American reach, precision, and deterrence. In a world of rising tensions, from Iran's nuclear ambitions to Chinese expansion and Russian aggression, the United States is betting on a legend. The B-2 Spirit. A ghost in the sky. Reborn for the battles of tomorrow.